I think it's in my nature to be myself and to lead with myself and to give all of myself, and people don't deserve that. I would go 50-50 on bills. Okay. So yeah, that was ridiculous.
No.
She's long gone from the picture.
No, I'm not quite sure what she's doing. Hopefully she's doing good.
Okay, that's good.
After the podcast came out, I thought that I handled things with grace. I thought that I answered the questions to the best of my ability. The public had their interpretation of things. Didn't matter to me. Don't give it any energy. You don't have to always respond. And I've been on that soapbox for a long time. I don't have to always respond.
In a shocking tell, all that's sure to raise eyebrows, Kayla Nicole, former girlfriend of NFL star Travis Kelce, opens up about the tumultuous relationship that ultimately led to their split. With a mix of bitterness and vulnerability, Kayla is ready to share her side of the story, revealing the cracks in what many saw as a picture-perfect romance. He's a liar, she declares, not shying away from the harsh truth she believes need to be exposed. Kayla delves into the highs and lows of their time together, recounting moments that seemed glamorous but were often clouded by Travis's deceptive behavior. She reflects on the charm that first drew her and contrasting it with the reality she faced behind closed doors. As Kayla navigates her feelings of betrayal, it's clear she's on a mission to uncover the truth, challenging the narrative that surrounds Travis's public persona. People see the glitz and the glory, but there's so much more beneath the surface, she explains, hinting at stories that will make fans question everything they thought they knew about the beloved athlete. But what is she on about? Is she really exposing him, or is she just trying to ruin the good rapport that Kelce has established with the media after he started dating Taylor? Let's find out. But before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously bring out new content for your enjoyment. Kayla Nicole is ready to set the record straight about some comments she made during her recent chat on the Unapologetically Angel podcast with WNBA star Angel Reese. If you caught that episode, you know it stirred up quite a bit of buzz in their conversation. Kayla opened up about a lot of personal topics, everything from her past relationships with other celebrities to some of the not-so-great decisions she's made along the way. It was a candid and revealing discussion, but some of her remarks didn't sit well with a few listeners, particularly fans of Travis Kelce's new girlfriend, Taylor Swift. Kayla touched on the rumors swirling around her breakup with Travis after their 5-year relationship. And it's clear she's feeling the heat from the backlash that's come her way. She expressed frustration over the criticism she's faced, especially from Swift's devoted fan base, and emphasized that her experiences and feelings deserve to be heard too. It's a tough position to be in, and she's not backing down from sharing her truth, no matter how messy things might get. But she did try to do some damage control in a clip shared to X, formerly Twitter, on October 15 from the I Am Athlete podcast. Kayla discussed some of the backlash she's received as a result of the sit-down with Reese, attempting to rectify the way she may have come across at some points. Looking back on my decisions, even recently sitting down and doing a podcast, I felt like there were moments where I articulated myself in a really good way, and there are moments where if I could go back, I would maybe change the way I said things, because it didn't fully embody my character or my heart, she said, transparently adding, but that's something that I'm learning. She said that she has always taken pride in being honest, but with her high-profile ex dating one of the most famous women in the world, she also never imagined she'd be under so much scrutiny. I think it's in my nature to be myself and to lead with myself and to give all of myself, and people don't deserve that. She said, because it's not going to always be received in the intent that I mean for it to be received. I don't have control over public perception. You don't have to answer every question. Not every comment or DM deserves a response. I'm learning that. Later in the episode, the journalist became overwhelmed with emotion as she discussed whose reaction to the initial interview was most impactful. For her mother's. I thought that I handled things with grace, she said, welling up with tears. Thought that I answered the questions to the best of my ability. The public had their interpretation of things. Didn't matter to me, she continued. My mom calls me though, and it's those conversations that's what matters to me, because she's offended, she's hurt by the way people are perceiving her daughter. She's hurt by the negative headlines and the way people are spinning it, and even my mom was like, maybe next time we don't answer those questions, after admitting that sometimes it can be as simple as just not answering certain questions. She added, I've been on that soapbox for a long time. I didn't always have to respond. Kelce and Nicole had quite the journey together. They hit it off over Instagram back in 2017 and ended up together for 5 years. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. They broke up a few times before finally calling it quits in 2022. There were some rumors floating around that money issues were the reason for their breakup, with gossip suggesting Kelce was cheap. Both of them shut that down, though Nicole spoke out on her podcast last week, and Kelce simply said back in January, you don't buy into that staced. While Nicole has been pretty gracious about Kelce, she's made it clear that her time dating athletes is behind her. On the Behind the Likes podcast earlier this year, she said, I'll never say never, but I fully wholeheartedly believe that I am out of the athlete stage. She's looking for someone who enjoys sports, but isn't an athlete himself. I would love to date an executive of a record label or a movie producer so that we can go to the sporting events. Let date night be courtside at the Lakers game. That's my kind of guy, but maybe not a Chiefs game. Right? Kayla Nicole is opening up about the online chaos she's experienced since her ex Travis Kelce started dating Taylor Swift. On the latest episode of Angel Reese's Unapologetically Angel podcast, released on October 10th, the sports commentator 32 shared how the negativity on social media has affected her. I would be lying if I said that level of hate. And just like online chaos didn't impact me, it does even to this day. Nicole admitted she mentioned that people often comment on her posts debating her worth and claiming she has no talent or career. When Reese asked why she thinks she's been subjected to so much negativity, especially after she handled the end of her 5 years on and off relationship with Kelce with such grace, Nicole reflected on the harshness of online reactions. I don't know, Nicole responded. I think that there's something about that level of fame that attracts crazy people, and it's unfortunate because I've never done anything to warrant that kind of backlash. Kayla Nicole also shared that she and Travis Kelce have run into each other since their breakup. When it happened, she keeps it simple. I'll hit him with a head nod, that's about it.
Probably like hit him with a head nod. We've seen each other.
So there's respect.
We've seen each other in public spaces. I think that we're both aware of the nature of his situation, that there's just no room for us to communicate or acknowledge each other publicly without it being funny. Wow, thanks.
She mentioned they've seen each other in public, but given his new relationship, they both understand there's no real room to communicate or acknowledge each other without it getting blown out of proportion. So we just keep it moving, she added, emphasizing the importance of maintaining distance in their current situation. Nicole also shared her thoughts on her friendship with the Kansas City Chiefs, Swag's wives and girlfriends since her split with Kelce. While she said we're cool, she acknowledged that their relationship isn't quite what it used to be. We are not as cool as we were before, she explained, noting that the player partners were like family to her. That's hard, Reese remarked, to which Nicole simply replied, yeah. When asked if she would ever date someone in the public eye again, Nicole was pretty firm. I don't see myself doing that anytime soon. No, I absolutely don't, she said. I just think ultimately people can't pick at what they don't know about. I just want to protect my relationships from here on out. I don't want to deal with it ever again. And then two, if we break up, I don't want to deal with what that looks like, she added. Some agree with her about the chaos. One person wrote, these Swifties have been keeping up with Kayla Nicole for years unprovoked now. It's a problem that she speaks about her experiences. Y'all wouldn't even know about it if you weren't obsessed with her peels. Cut the another added, Swifties literally have a Reddit page dedicated to dragging Kayla Nicole. They doxed her family and constantly harass her, all because Kayla is a BW. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and Swifties better keep Angel's name out their filthy mouths. But Swifties are starting to speculate that Kayla Nicole might be exaggerating the online hate. She's been talking about thinking it's a way to stay relevant. One fan wrote, why would Swifties keep up with Kayla Nicole for years when Taylor and Travis have only been dating for a year? And some change. Fow, another added, girl, we didn't even know who she was before Taylor started dating Travis, and we wouldn't have cared about her if y'all weren't on here body shaming Taylor. And Kayla wasn't liking shady comments about Taylor with all the buzz around Travis Kelce and his new relationship with Taylor Swift. Some people feel like she's trying to grab attention by sharing her struggles. Critics argue that if she were really as talented and successful as she claims, she wouldn't need to lean on her past relationship to keep her name out there. It sparked some debates online, with users questioning whether her comments are genuinely how she feels. SK or if it's a strategic move to stay in the spotlight. So what do you think? Comment down below and let us know. If you liked this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.